I took this trade that lasted for less than 2 minutes and I was able to make $1,700. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing that I want you to take out of this video is to understand why I actually entered that trade, where I was going with that trade, and what was the risks. So every time you are entering any trade, you have to know exactly what is making you to enter that trade. And you are able to also tell, like, okay, where am I going to come out of this trade? Just think about it. If you enter the car, you are going somewhere, you know exactly where you are going. So you know your entry point, you know your exit. And another thing that is very important is, what are the risks that are involved? When you are entering any trade, there is nothing in the market that is guaranteed. When you are entering any trade, there is a possibility that it can go against you. And when it goes against you, what are you willing to lose, right? And so if you don't have that in your mind, if you don't have that information from the beginning, that is why many people blew accounts, because they don't know exactly how much they are willing to lose, because they don't know exactly the risks that they are taking. And so in this video, I really want you to just understand my thought process, how I was able to analyze the market and how I was able to enter the trade, just so that it's going to help you on your own journey. So the previous video I made, I was talking about market structure. I used to really struggle with my trading until I understood market structure. That was what revolutionized everything for me, because I'm able to know, like, okay, this is how the structure of the market is going, and because of these ideas that I have, it makes me to take certain trades, makes me to take certain actions. Let's just go to the chart and analyze, so that I'll be able to explain to you what I did. So every time when I'm trading, every day when I go to the stock market, the first thing that I do is that I go to the 1-day chart. This is it here. So I'm using TradingView. If you don't know what TradingView is, I have a link down below. You can go ahead and sign up completely for free and you'll be able to follow me. Every time I'm trading, I already have my trend lines just like this. This is just to guide me, just to help me, because like I said in the previous video talking about structure, I want to know the structure of the market. So at this point, we see that the market has been going up, and now at this point there is this resistance here, and there has been some consolidation here for some days, right? It has just been in this particular place, and this resistance has been hit 3 times. It hit here, like even 5 times, so many times actually. And so there is that resistance that is here. So when I look at it like this every day, the next thing that I'm going to look at is, I'll look at the last candle that was formed. So this is a candle that was formed yesterday. I'll look at this candle and I'm like, okay, what can this candle tell me? So if you look here, you will see that this candle, it actually opened here at the top here. Then it went up like this. I don't know if you can see it. It went up and then it got to this line, this white line that I have. And now this line still resisted it. It came back right down like this. It came here, right down here, and then it went back up and it ended red. So what are we seeing from here? Now, the first thing that comes to mind is it going to go back up and turn into a green candle? We don't know. So that's a possibility. Looking at this candle, it's possible that we can have a green candle here. It's possible that a candle can start from here and then start going up. Now, another possibility is, now there have been this resistance here. Is it possible that it's even going to go up? So that because of this resistance, we can also be thinking maybe it's going to go down. So you have all these ideas in your mind, and now you are going into the market. You have all these different options for the day. Now, after I've looked at that, the next thing I always do is that if I did not have this resistance line here, I'm going to draw a line here, which is for the high of previous day, just so that because it ended here, there is a possibility that that part is going to resist the market today. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is that I'm just going to clone this and also make sure that I put it down here, because there's a support here. That's why it ended here. So when I have this information, I have these 2 lines here. The next thing I always do is that I'll now go down to the 4 hours, just see how the 4 hours is behaving. I'll go to 1 hour, see how 1 hour is behaving. And when I look at it and I see all those charts, and then the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go down to 5 minutes. So I'm going to go down to 4 hours like this. So now I'm at the 5-minute candle. So when I'm coming here now for the day, I have an option. I have many ideas in my mind. Okay, maybe this trade is going to come down, since it already shows us that it's coming down. Maybe it's going to come down and then it's going to end here where we have this line. So that's a possibility. Now I'm just going to come here most of the time. Let's just go ahead and just do everything. So I'm going to come here. There is also a resistance here. So I look on previous data to see what is happening. So you see that there have been some resistance here. I'm just going to put it here. And then I can also clone it and just put it right down here. So just to see, let's say for example you take a trade, where will your take profit be? So where are you going to go? So these lines are the things that are going to guide me in the market as I trade. Okay, this is my plan. If it goes down here, this is what I'm going to do. These are just ideas that you have before you start trading. So market opens now at 6:30. We just watch. You see that it goes so fast. There is some resistance there. Now I didn't take that trade, but at this point where we are right now, because it went so fast, so at this point I'm ready now to say, okay, let me see if I can enter the trade, because there is a pullback here. Remember, market structure, since there is a pullback, then it's going to pull back. You just find where you can enter and then you continue with the trade. And so you see how there is a pullback right there. Now it continues. That is where we have to enter, right? When you see here, as it continues like this, this should be your entry point. And then it continues, and then you just enter the trade, and then it goes just like that. Now remember, that's another pullback right there. And so the amazing thing about future is that when you enter a trade, you make some money, right? The money gets into your account immediately. When you trade options, it's different, because when you have a small account, then you have maybe a cash account, the cash has to settle. But with future, it's not that case. You are using a margin account, and when you trade, your money becomes available. So most of the time, I will prefer to not hold it down. I'll prefer to come out of the trade. It just depends on the circumstances. When you come out of the trade, you secure your money. So when we are done with this, I'll go ahead and I'll show you how I was managing the trade, so you will learn how to manage your trade. So you see that it respected our lines, and now it's also here. Now it's also just trending around this line. So overcomers, you see how these things are. Let's go now. Let me show you the trade, how it went. So if you look here, it's at this pullback that I entered the trade. And so let's go now. Let me walk you through how it went. So the trade went really fast. Right now we are at 600. You can see it right here, 750 right there. So right now we are at 750. So one thing too that I want you to take note of is the way I manage my stop loss. So you see how I will take my stop loss like that, and then I'm bringing it down. I'm looking at how the market is moving, and I'm also bringing down my stop loss, because I don't want it to come back against me after I've already made some money. So that is how you need to be managing your stop loss. So, and then I'm also looking at the resistance, and I'm figuring out. So now that we are at 1,700, it's already at my resistance. There is no need for me to keep staying in this trade. Just like I explained before, when I take my profit, what will happen is that this money now becomes mine, and it becomes available for me to trade with. So I'm just going to come out of the trade just like that. Hopefully you learned something in this video. The most important thing that I want you to take out is understanding market structure, knowing exactly where there is some kind of resistance, some kind of friction. Why am I taking this trade? Why am I going on this direction? When you understand these things, overcomers, it's going to change the way you look at the market. It's going to change the way you trade. It used to be very hard for me until when you look at Isaiah 45 verse 3, the Bible says, I will give you treasures of darkness. I will give you hidden riches. It means that there are some riches that are hidden, but God can give it to us. And to me, the stock market has hidden riches. Do you know how many trillions of dollars that are in the stock market? And so there are hidden riches in the stock market. So you can just go and you are trusting God and say, Father, reveal these hidden riches to me. And when he reveals them to you, things are going to change. So overcomers, if you have not yet subscribed, we are getting to 1,000 subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe and become a part of the family. Share the video with someone. And if you by any chance want to work with me, I'm going to have every information down below. So go ahead and check it out. And if you don't yet understand market structure, I will encourage you to go ahead and click on the next video that is going to help you to understand market structure. And I'm going to see you in that video. Love you all so much.